Live on YouTube and Google+, it's Pageant Live. This is the place for glamour and style. Get great pageant tips you won't find anywhere else. Find out what you need to know before your next pageant. Post your questions and comments for our panel during the show. Learn great ideas about all aspects of pageantry. Here we go. Pageant Live starts right now.
Hello everyone and welcome to Pageant Live. My name is Peralta, but many of you may know me as Jessy. I am the reigning International Junior Miss New York team. I am super excited to be tonight's host for our first ever team show. But before we introduce our teams for the night, we'll be discussing the way they have been paving their life through positive pageantry. But before we introduce them, I would like to introduce my beautiful co-host for this evening, the reigning American Miss Elegant teen, Christina Gimondo.
Good evening. I'm excited to be here. My name is Christina Gimondo. I'm the Miss American Elegance teen, and my platform is depression and suicide awareness. And before we meet our guest this evening, I'd like to begin by introducing Pageant Live's wonderful owner and producer, Pamela Privet.
Hi, everybody. Thank you very much. We have Morgan getting ready to come in right now. She was having difficulties coming in, so let's go ahead and let her enter real quick. But I want to thank everyone for being here. This is all about these young people paving their own way. These are the future leaders of our country. What I'd like to do, too, is when you actually introduce yourself, I'd be very interested to see what do you inspire to be? Where do you see yourself in 20 years? Also, too, I want to also say welcome to our new sponsor, Skull Sugar Cosmetics. I want to thank you very much. It's a brand new spotlight sponsor, but this is not about me. This is about these fabulous, fabulous people that we have here. So go ahead and take it away, Christina. Thank you very much.
We want to thank all of our viewers out there for checking out Pageant Live's website. We've gotten over 43,000 hits in just a short amount of time the new website has been up. When you are visiting the website, please sure and stop by Ask the Crown. We have lots of great questions and answered posts. Feel free to leave a comment too. If you have any pageant-related questions, please email askthecrown@gmail.com. Again, that's askthecrown@gmail.com for any pageant-related questions.
Pageant Live also has a pageant showcase page highlighting some fabulous pageant systems. Directors, if you are interested in advertising your system for free on our page, please email show@pageantlive.com. That's show@pageantlive.com.
We also want to thank Pageant Live sponsor Royal Bliss Boutique. Click on Royal Bliss's link on Pageant Live website or go directly to their website, www.royalblissboutique.com. They have an amazing, gorgeous selection of pageant gowns, prom dresses, swimwear, shoes, and accessories.
Also, if you have any questions for any of our guests this evening, please tweet it at Pageant Live, sorry. Post it to Pageant Live's Facebook page or Pageant Live's YouTube page.
Now we would like to have each of our guests tonight introduce themselves, so you guys can start off.
Hi, I'm Kandysse, and I'm Team Washington 2013 today's American Women's Pageant.
Excuse me, Kandysse, what are you inspired to be? I'd like to know what you are working on. What would you like to be in 20 years? Where would you like to be in your life?
I would like to be a vet or a doctor.
Oh, good. There you go. Michaela, you're next.
Well, I'm Michaela Abelgas, and I'm the reigning International Junior Miss team for International Junior Miss. And in the future, I definitely see myself to be in the medical field. Most of my family members have been there, so I want to be either a dermatologist or a dentist, but definitely somewhere in the medical field.
Very cool.
What about you two?
Well, definitely right now I'm a senior in high school, so I'm going through the process of applying to different colleges. I do see myself in a few years working in the fashion industry. I live in New York, so fashion is all around me. I would like to work in a magazine, or intern for different fashion week fashion shows. So definitely the business fashion area, my own store, my own clothing line. So in that area, in the fashion area, definitely.
She's available, viewers. She's right here in New York for modeling. What about you, Christina?
I write a blog giving consultation to over 5,000 viewers worldwide, so
Wow.
I want to be a psychologist. And I'm really excited about this. This Friday I start my first event. I'm hosting an event at Miguel Warhes Middle School where it's called Love the Skin You're in Pajama Party for 80 of the middle school girls, and they're helping them with their self-esteem. And I'd like to give a shout out to April Hernandez. She's a 6th grader there, and I'm so excited to see all of them. And it's part of the Live Out Loud charity.
Really
Sherry Gerhardt's charity. Very good charity.
Sherry will be there.
Jesse, you're next.
Yes, so what are some positive things that you guys have taken away from pageants? How have you applied it to your daily life, in your work, in your school area? What pageant tips or things have you taken away and you've applied it every day in your lives?
I've definitely learned about speaking skills, and so I'm able to use that everywhere.
Cool.
No, that is good. Now, when you say, excuse me, Kandysse, when you say speaking skills, is that like communicating better with your teachers, or communicating better with other teens, or what would you say that is?
Just in general with everybody, and especially with kids who have self-esteem issues and such.
Wow.
And in public, that's definitely public speaking.
Good, Jesse. Who else would you like to answer that question?
Michaela, what do you think? How have you applied pageantry into your everyday life?
Well, I think pageants have definitely been such a big impact in my life, especially. I think I've grown so much from it. As Kandysse said, definitely public speaking skills is one thing that I've gained from pageants. I'm now able to just perform in class, or whether it's speaking in front of a large crowd for an organization. The public speaking skills I've gained from pageants, to me, is just so remarkable, and I'm definitely so thankful for pageants for that. And also, again, just the people skills. Being in pageants where I'm able to meet so many girls from all across the country with just different backgrounds, I'm able to apply that in my everyday life, because I'm not a shy girl. I love hanging out with new people, just meeting a lot of new friends, and I think that's something that I definitely gained from pageants.
I'd like to point out she's a 2-time national title holder. Yes, you are. Back to back. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you.
What about you, Christina? How have you applied pageants to your daily life?
I think like the biggest thing I've learned from pageantry was meeting all the new girls and having their friendships. And now I take what I've learned from pageantry, like life skills. You learn how to make friends easily, and just I like to use my platform to help people. I use that to help people in my community and around my neighborhood and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you girls.
Hey, real quick, we have Morgan Lash trying to enter so badly, and she just can't get in. Poor Morgan. That's Morgan Lash. She's Miss Maryland, United States teen. So go ahead. I'm sorry. I want to give her a shout out.
But yeah, I definitely agree with you girls. I also think that public speaking and interview skills, I use them almost every single day. When I go on interviews for different fashion week internships and whatnot, it's always one interview after the next, and I would sit there with all the confidence in the world, and I just talk and I sit properly, and I know all the tips and tricks of interviews. And even in school, if I'm giving a book report or a PowerPoint presentation, I can get up there and just present in front of my class, and it's not a big deal for me at all, because I've done it in front of hundreds of people in pageants. So that definitely I have to thank pageants for.
And it's so cool because I'm only 14, and I always get the comments like, "Oh my gosh, you're 14 and you're saying all this."
I didn't know you were 14. Wow.
Yeah, I'm 14. So it's always like that maturity that you gain from being able to speak in front of crowds.
She has a fabulous blog. Tell everyone what is the address of your blog? I've actually read it a couple times.
It's ChristineLiveLaughLove.blogspot.com. And also if you Google search my name, Christina Gimondo, you can find it that way too.
Okay, well, I'll check that out.
Yeah, I think I can't wait to check that out.
What would you tell other girls that want to be in pageants but are scared of what people might think?
I would definitely tell them not to care what people think. I mean, I definitely had those people that were like, congratulations on doing pageantry, I think that'll be great for you. But I also had those people that were like, really, pageants, isn't that bad? So, I mean, it's definitely something that there's going to be those bad people that want to tear you down, but there's going to be those good people that want to build you up. And there's definitely a lot that you can learn.
Yeah.
And a lot of confidence.
Yeah. I got this one comment the other day. They were like, "Is it okay if I call you Honey Boo Boo?" I'm like, "No." I thought that was the worst. And people don't take it seriously. They don't understand the volunteer work that goes into it, the hours that you put into your platform for the things that you really, truly believe in. It's not just gowns and walking and wearing crowns. It's so much more than that.
Definitely,
and there's so many more reasons I do pageants besides winning and getting a crown.
Yeah.
And there's so much you can do with it.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot more you can reach out to people. It seems to be the people, when you have a crown on, a lot of people pay more attention. And for some platforms, that's very important.
Yeah. I believe you can use your crown to your advantage, and you can do so many things with that crown.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Michaela, you're muted, honey, again.
Right.
You're all right.
Okay, well, I feel like shows such as Toddlers and Tiaras and Honey Boo Boo, so I feel that it has definitely made pageants more popular and more known out there. I think there's also a bad side to it, because then people now have this idea and this stereotype that pageant girls are all about fake tans and pixie sticks and just being like Honey Boo Boo has, like being all redneck. But really, I feel like, as you guys all said, pageants is something much more than that. It's about the volunteer work that you put in, about the practice time, and just the friendships that you really make. Pageants is so much more than that, and to me it's so beautiful, and I love now that pageants are becoming more famous and a lot of people are trying it.
Yeah,
Do you know, I'm sorry, she makes a good point. Even though it's negative, but yet we can turn it into a positive, because you're right, there is more people paying attention to pageantry. But I'm sorry, go ahead. It's not about me, it's about you guys.
I think definitely that Honey Boo Boo has kind of started something where it's harder for pageantry to get a good name. But I think that if enough of us get out there and show people, that we can definitely turn it around.
Yeah, I mean, it really does go both ways. There's people that think that it's really negative, and it's all about what Michaela said about the Honey Boo Boo and the Toddlers and Tiaras, and then there's also the positive way of it, and we look at Miss America, Miss Universe, how they're doing a great job with their titles right now, and I think it does take people like themselves and us to change people's mind and their opinion on pageants.
Yeah.
Right, but also at the same time, I feel like, though, you know, pageant girls are something that people look up to, I feel like just normal girls out there, it doesn't have to be someone wearing a crown to really make a positive difference, and to have others encourage of volunteerism. I feel like any girl can do that. Any girl out there, whether she's thinking about pageants, whether she won't ever do pageants, or she is a pageant girl, I feel like all of us can definitely make a positive difference.
Yeah, there's so many things you can do in your community every day that'll help, and you don't have to have a crown to do those things. Volunteer, do charity work, anything, and it'll make a big difference in someone's life.
Be nice to a person at school that's being bullied. That's easy.
Yeah. I definitely think that pageantry is a good way to help give girls a good role model to look up to, because a lot of girls out there may not have that role model that they need. So I think that this is a great way to get girls the role models that they may need in their life.
And I think it's a real confidence booster. Just even if you don't go to win or anything, you still have fun trying. And being on stage it's just a different feeling. It makes you feel like you're special. And then those crowning moments, I don't even know how to explain how much that changed my life.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Pageantry to me is like being an athlete. And that's essentially what you do. You prepare, you do your preparation, you do all the different things, the community work and everything, and then that's your performance is when you're on stage. So I think there's a very similar parallel. And, you know, even when we're out, you know, playing racquetball or basketball, we want to win, but we don't always win.
That's a great way of putting it, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great comparison.
And even if you don't win, you take away the friendships that you made during that weekend.
Right, you grow from the experience. I mean, definitely, personally, I mean, I did win my first state title in 5 years. I came back trying over and over again. But something that I feel definitely what made it so much more special when I finally won was just growing from the experience and knowing that I'm such a different girl from when I was 5 years ago. And now I'm someone more bubbly, I'm someone more talkative, I'm more involved in my community. Like, pageants really is not all about winning. It's about growing, not only as a pageant competitor, but as a person in itself.
Yeah, I think pageantry definitely, some of us struggle with finding out who we are as we grow up because we have the influence from society. So I definitely think that pageantry is a great way for us to help figure out who we are and give us the confidence that we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think especially for girls my age, we are trying so hard to find who we are, and we don't know who that is. So pageants and like athletics and stuff are a good way to find that lookout of what you like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, my IJM pageant in New York that I just won in October, I had a judge ask me, how many pageants did you do and how many did you win, and what did you take away from your wins and your loss? And I thought that was a great question, and I did say I had my fair share of wins, but I also had a lot of losses before I did win. And I told her what I took away from it was the confidence, the experience, the friendships, and how much I care about my community now, my schoolwork, and you know, you always do better in your next pageant. I always say a different day, a different judge. So yeah, I can go on and on about that topic, but definitely it's not about the crown, like you girls are saying, and you don't need the crown and the banner to get that attention and that look that you're doing this great thing in your community. You don't really need all of that. It's just that girl that she's doing a great job.
Fabulous. Do you guys ready for your second question?
Yes. Do you guys want me to continue?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, we had so many problems getting in. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Okay. Next question is: it's important for pageant girls to be active in their community and keeping up with appearances. If you see a teacher or a student from your school that you didn't know that you were in pageants, how would you react? Would you be shy or proud?
I've actually had that situation happen where a teacher was like, I didn't know you did pageants. And I definitely was proud. And I think that at first it's shocking to see a student in school, you know, that there's so many students, and to see that one that is actually doing pageants. It definitely, they have a lot of questions. And sometimes I get the weird looks, and, you know, but I definitely think that doing pageants is actually helping. And in school I've gotten better grades because I have those public speaking skills, and I have the skills to talk to people, and the group work and working with other people. And I was bullied as a kid, and so pageants is kind of a way for me to try and rebuild that confidence that I had taken away from me as a kid.
Yeah, and who's laughing now? Look at you with that crown and all those different skills, you know? Good for you.
That's what I always say. Look at all the good things I'm doing now, and those people that I thought that mattered, they don't matter anymore because I am so happy where I am right now.
Good for you. I'll never forget Melanie Stemler came on, Miss Guatemala Globe, and she said, you cannot change the bullies, you can only change yourself. She's a doctor of psychology, and I think that's so true. And I applaud you guys.
And like Christina said, sometimes I get that you're really only 14 thing, so it's definitely helped with my maturity.
And it's kind of like once you've done all this, and it's just like those things don't matter because pageantry is always something you can go back to.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a teacher and a student in school tell me, oh, I saw you in the newspaper last week or something. You were at some community service event. And I was like, I didn't even know I was in the newspaper. And at first I was kind of like set back. I was like, really? I was in the newspaper? And then they were actually supportive about it and they wanted to know more. And then I started elaborating and I spoke about it, and they even shouted me out in the middle of class. And I think one week I went to nationals for Florida, and I missed a few days of school, and then they said, oh, good luck to Jessy, she's out from Florida. So my school and my classmates were really supportive about it, and I wasn't shy about it at all.
Right, like for example, for me, ever since I started doing pageants when I was 10, so basically I've been known as the pageant girl here in my town. So I guess people are, it's not something that they're so shocked now. I mean, when they see my photos on Facebook, it's not something they're like, oh my gosh, she's a pageant girl. It's something that's accepted now. But at the same time, there's also some people who kind of look at it differently. I mean, after all, we can't really blame them for what they see on TV and just a stereotype of pageant girls being all about hair and makeup and all about just pleasing boys. I feel that it is my job to kind of show them a different side of pageants. And I mean, now I feel like my whole school and my town, I think, is really supportive of it. For example, I travel a lot. Last quarter, for example, for my school, I was absent for 3 weeks. I was traveling everywhere.
Wow.
Oh yeah, she does travel a lot.
Right, I was traveling everywhere, but people there are very supportive when I got back from school. They were helping me catch up on some homework and just schoolwork, and I think it really shows that no matter if you might be doing something different, I mean, you're doing pageants, you're not doing a sport, people still care and people are still so supportive, and that's something that I truly love and something that I realized, and it's amazing.
Yeah, some of my classmates have been supportive of me, and like I have those friends that are there, and I think it's really great when you have those friends that are like the ones that are making signs for you, and they send you a picture of your locker to say, like, you know, I'm proud of you, good luck, and I think that's just something that really helps to have those supportive people. And it's definitely more accepted, like when your principal will ask you to speak at your school, and it definitely makes you feel better.
Yeah, and like whenever guys find out I do pageants, they always ask me about the swimsuits and stuff, and I'm like, no, this is not actually what we do. This is what I do. I help people that are depressed, and that's my real point for doing this, not the swimsuit competition.
Right,
Yeah.
it's either always the swimsuit question or what's your talent. It's always that.
Yeah, and I'm just like, well, those things don't matter to me at all, so I like my community service better. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and the same thing for me. Everyone's like, I'm like a really healthy eater now because I'm trying to move on to more mature pageants like the USA system where there is more swimsuit involved. So I've been eating really healthy and dieting and working out for like about 6 months now, and everyone in my school, they're just like, you're eating an apple, and everyone's having a bag of chips or a pizza, and I'm here having, you know, a wheat bread or something. So it's also changed my life in a positive way. Also, I'm much more healthier, and it's influencing others. Everyone's like, oh, I want to eat healthy too. I want to slim down for prom or whatever. So definitely I influence others, and not just pageantry, but, you know, healthy eating too.
Yeah, and definitely for some of those of us that are in plus pageantry, it definitely, we may not be slim, but we definitely still eat healthy and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
And I get a lot of questions like about plus pageantry, and I think it's important to show them that just because we're plus doesn't mean we're unhealthy. Because I think that's also always assumed that when you're a plus size woman that you're not healthy. Like my mom and my sister, I know, get the same thing because they do pageantry. So.
Yeah.
Right, and that's also something that, like, as you mentioned, plus pageants, I feel like those pageants, I think it's absolutely beautiful how we give people a chance, that it's not just all about the skinny size 0 girl who has the perfect swimsuit body. It's also, it shows that pageants don't just care about physical beauty, it's about your inner beauty, how the girl talks, is she confident, is she someone who loves to volunteer, and pageants like those I think is absolutely remarkable. I feel like it creates a whole new dimension and really introduces something that I feel that people should look more into, which is inner beauty.
That's what I really love about, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. I think that those definitely do show a lot more of the inner beauty and show people that it's not always about the inside, because in this society a lot of people do look at the size, and that's a lot of the thing that they think of.
Yeah, that's why I like my pageant system so much. It's the Miss American Elegance system, and they have an age division for all ages and even plus divisions. And I believe some people are naturally size 0, some people can't be a size 0. So why can't every girl be a pageant queen? It shouldn't be based off of body.
Do you guys have the next question? We're a little late.
That was the last question, I think.
Yeah. So.
I apologize. We were so late getting in, but I'm going to tell you guys something. You are going away from the norm. You're going away from the Honey Boo Boo and the MTV, and you are paving your own path with positive pageantry, with community service. And I'm going to tell you guys it will absolutely positively go throughout your lifetime. You will always be giving back, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I applaud you all for that. Is there anything you'd like us to know, or anything in the close-up, the wrap-up?
Yeah, would you guys like to give us your Facebook, your Instagram, how we can follow and look at you guys throughout the rest of your reign?
Okay, so I am on Facebook. My Facebook is Kandysse Vail-Russell, and my Instagram is Teen Washington JV Lover. And yeah, I'm a huge Justin Bieber fan. And so yeah, I'm on Facebook and stuff, and you can follow me there. I do a lot of posts about bullying and such as that, since that is my platform, since it's prevention. And I also think that if you have little girls in pageantry, definitely let me know, because I'm really big on helping the younger girls that are in pageantry feel confident. Because I think that as the younger girls are in there, a lot of people think more about the glitz and stuff, and so I definitely want to help the little girls that get the questions about glitz to handle it like we handle it.
Yeah, mentorship is what you're talking about. That's positive.
I'd like to just tell you guys, I want to bring up my blog again. It's christinelivelaughLove.blogspot.com. And then my website is christinegimondo.wix.com/Christina Gimondo. And if you have any questions about my platform, which is Suicide and Depression Awareness and Prevention Education, you can email me at christinegimondo@gmail.com. Thank you.
Yeah, and my Facebook, it's Jessy Peralta. I'm sure you guys would see all of our names tagged all over the place because of the show tonight and the pictures. So you guys can find me at Jessy Peralta. My Instagram is also Jessy Peralta X3. I will follow you guys back, don't worry. And yeah. And as of my platform, it's under construction, but it's definitely having to do with healthy eating, since that's been my kind of craze right now, eating healthy and working out. So I will be more elaborating on that on my Facebook. And for all of my New York people, I will be having my debut fashion show on May 4th with my own collection. So if you guys really want to come out to that, just please Facebook me, and I will give you more information. That's about it.
I'd love to fly and see you.
Yeah.
Michaela, you?
Yes. So you can follow me on Instagram at Michaela_Abelgas, and creative, I know. And and also to follow my reign with iJam, I have a Facebook page called iJam International Teen 2012 Michaela Abelgas. And for pageant coaching tips, or just to follow me in my personal Facebook, it's Michaela Abelgas.
I want to thank everyone tonight. I want to thank our viewers. I want to show you that definitely these are young women that are paving the path for the future of positive pageantry. They're going against the norms. They're doing great things. Pageantry has positive, and we're here to educate the public on that. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions for these young ladies, just send them to show@pageantlive.com. Thank you for our viewers. Thank you for our guesting. Ladies, thank you for hosting and co-hosting so much. Okay. Good night, everyone.
I also want to give a shout out to, we have our 3 biggest fans, Paul from Australia, Mario, and Princess Takesha. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
And also to all of our viewers in Afghanistan. Thank you guys so much.
Anyone else have anything else?
I just want to shout out to Justin Bieber. Thank you to all those people in Afghanistan that are watching. That means a lot.
How about Michaela? How about you? Shout out?
Shout out to my friends who are going to watch this. I'm going to send you guys the link. Hi, guys.
And shout out to April Hernandez from Miguel Warhead Middle School and all the other girls that will be attending the event on Friday. I'm excited to see all you guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.